Chipper Jones saw it coming, but who really listens to retired legends, right? He boldly predicted Ronald Acuna Jr. would be a top 5 player in baseball within a few years, and everyone nodded politely and then promptly ignored him. Fast forward, and Acuna didn't just meet those sky-high expectations, he shattered them. Ronald Acuna Jr.'s debut season was one of the most anticipated, scrutinized, and overanalyzed in Braves history. But something extraordinary happened. Acuna didn't just meet the sky-high expectations, he blew them away. The year of Acuna began with Braves legend Chipper Jones boldly predicting that Acuna would be one of the top 5 players in baseball within a few years. By the end of the season, Acuna, at just 20, became the youngest player ever to hit a postseason grand slam and was nearly unanimously named the National League Rookie of the Year. While the award was being announced, Acuna was halfway around the world in Japan, playing for a Major League Baseball all-star team. It was a fitting end to the phenomenal year for a young superstar who turned 21 on December 18th. Here's a lively look back at Ronald Acuna Jr.'s record-breaking, electrifying season that led the Braves to their first NL East title since 2013. This story is told by those who lived it. Teammates, coaches, his manager, and others, including a former Braves player and a fellow Venezuelan who tried to prepare the spirited Acuna for the big leagues. First, some quick stats. Acuna hit .293, led the Braves with 26 homers, and had a .917 OPS in 111 games. After the All-Star break, he racked up the major's second most hits, 85, and fourth most homers, 19. He also set a Braves record with 8 leadoff homers, all in the second half after moving to the top of the order. During his breakout season, teammate Freddie Freeman said Acuna could be the National League's Mike Trout. Despite not being called up until April 25th and missing a month due to knee and back injuries, Acuna hit 26 homers before turning 21, becoming the 5th player in MLB history to do so. He also joined an elite group of rookies with at least 25 homers and 15 stolen bases, a feat last achieved by Trout in 2012. Washington's Juan Soto had a stellar rookie season, but he was no match for the year of Acuna. The Braves' left fielder went on a tear in the second half, smashing 11 home runs and boasting a 1.103 OPS in August. He even became the youngest player to homer in 4 consecutive games, then made it 5 just for fun. Acuna was pretty much the superhero Atlanta needed, especially when the rest of the lineup and bullpen seemed to be taking a nap. He was the main reason the Braves clinched the division, and he beat out Freeman for the Brave of the Year award from the local chapter of the Baseball Writers Association of America. Not too shabby for a rookie, huh? Acuna snagged 27 out of 30 first-place votes for NL Rookie of the Year, leaving Soto with just 2. This made Acuna the Braves' first Rookie of the Year since Craig Kimbrell in 2011. Ironically, the other first-place vote went to Walker Buehler, the Dodgers pitcher who served up Acuna's grand slam in Game 3 of the division series. As the season progressed, Jones's bold prediction about Acuna didn't seem so crazy anymore. Acuna's stellar performance made it clear that he was the real deal, and here's how it all went down. In the playoffs 2019, Acuna, still just 20, broke Mickey Mantle's record for the youngest player to hit a postseason grand slam. After the game, the Braves phenom admitted he had never heard of Mantle, one of baseball's all-time greats. "I wasn't even born," Acuna quipped. The Braves wasted no time rewarding him, giving him an 8-year, $100 million contract extension early in the 2019 season. With 2 option years tacked on, Acuna could be a Brave for a decade. The New York Times pointed out that the Braves, as ridiculous as it may sound, almost assuredly got a bargain. That year, Acuna led the league with 37 stolen bases while belting 41 home runs, coming tantalizingly close to the rare 40-40 club. He finished 5th in the MVP voting and made his first All-Star game, starting in center field. Acuna's mastery of the 5 baseball skills, hitting for average, hitting for power, arm strength, speed, and fielding, was on full display. His excellence had fully emerged, making the Braves look like they had struck gold. In the 2021 baseball season, Ronald Acuna Jr. was a standout player, showcasing his exceptional skills by hitting an impressive 24 home runs in just 82 games before tragedy struck. In early July, Acuna tore his ACL in a heartbreaking injury that ended his season prematurely. Despite the devastating setback, Acuna's unwavering spirit and determination served as a beacon of inspiration for the Atlanta Braves. Facing the loss of their star player, Atlanta's GM Alex Anthopoulos rose to the challenge, making bold moves to bolster the team's outfield depth. Anthopoulos strategically acquired multiple outfielders to fill the void left by Acuna's absence, demonstrating the team's commitment to staying competitive and overcoming adversity. With these new additions and the team's collective resilience, the Braves surged forward, defying expectations and clinching victories when it mattered most. The synergy between Acuna's influence, the strategic acquisitions made by Anthopoulos, and the unwavering determination of the Braves roster culminated in a remarkable achievement, the 2021 World Series title. This triumph wasn't just about winning games. It was a testament to the enduring impact of Acuna's leadership and talent, even in his absence. But behind the scenes, it was a different story. Acuna was devastated and full of self-doubt. He cried every day, his mother told ESPN, and not just once a day. It was an all-day affair. He was distraught, crying, worrying about his leg. For the first 2 weeks after his injury, Acuna didn't watch any baseball, probably because even the 7th inning stretch would make him weep. When he returned in 2022, things didn't go as planned. He hit just .266 with 15 home runs in 119 games and struggled defensively in right field. Acuna later admitted that he had put too much pressure on himself to return to his pre-injury form and began to wonder if he'd ever reach those heights again. It was a tough season, but hey, at least he wasn't crying all day anymore. In 2023, Ronald Acuna Jr. silenced all doubts and delivered a stellar performance that cemented his place among baseball's elite. Not only did he tie the knot with his longtime girlfriend and embrace family life, but he also took the baseball world by storm. Leading the league in multiple categories, Acuna's stats were nothing short of jaw-dropping. 149 runs scored, 73 bases stolen, and an impressive 416 on-base percentage. His offensive production score, or OPS, soared to a stellar 1.012, showcasing his offensive prowess and value to the team. What truly set Acuna apart in 2023 was his extraordinary blend of power and speed. He smashed 41 home runs while swiping 73 bases, an unprecedented feat that redefined the 40-40 club. Before Acuna's historic season, only 4 players had achieved this milestone, none of whom had ever stolen more than 50 bases in the same season. The only other name in that exclusive group? None other than the legendary Ty Cobb, who pulled off this feat way back in 1911. Acuna's record-breaking performance earned him the title of National League MVP for the 2023 season, a well-deserved recognition of his outstanding contributions to the game. The contrast between Acuna's 2018 struggles and his triumphant 2023 campaign is akin to a phoenix rising from the ashes. From battling a high number of strikeouts to showcasing maturity and discipline at the plate, Acuna's transformation was a testament to his dedication and growth as a player. MVP of the 2023 season. Not a bad year, especially when you throw in a wedding and some serious family time. In 2024, Acuna faced another devastating knee injury, this time earlier in the season. But if there's one thing we've learned, it's that Acuna can bounce back like a warrior. Anthopoulos now has more time to strategize and weigh his options before the trade deadline. With some deadline magic, just like in 2021, he can help Atlanta return to the World Series and Acuna can make another epic comeback. Acuna's future performance is as unpredictable as a baseball game in extra innings. With his immense talent and determination, the sky's the limit for him. If he stays healthy and continues to persevere, he could become one of the greatest players not only in Braves history but in MLB history as well. Chipper Jones, the hitting sage of the Braves, has seen Acuna's swings up close and personal. When a baseball guru like Chipper says Acuna hasn't reached his full potential, it's like getting a weather report from a meteorologist. You listen and trust the forecast. Chipper's batting insights have unlocked hidden potential in many Braves hitters, so it's safe to say he's the Yoda of hitting advice in Atlanta. For Atlanta Braves fans, having a front row seat to Acuña's journey is like riding a roller coaster with endless twists and turns, except the only adrenaline rush comes from watching Acuña's game-changing plays. And when a legendary player like Chipper dishes out compliments, it's like getting a free souvenir at the ballpark. Unexpected but oh so satisfying. This is just the beginning of Acuña's legend, and Braves fans are in for a wild, exhilarating ride.
He is just a phenomenon like we have not seen in this sport.
He's historically great. He's transcendent great. He is to Japan what Messi is to Argentina.
Ichiro Suzuki was totally right about Shohei Ohtani. But no one listened. Shohei Ohtani, the two-way sensation, smashing home runs and striking out batters like it's no big deal. He's a phenomenon, right? But if we go back a few years, we have Ichiro Suzuki, another Japanese baseball legend, subtly warning about the potential pitfalls of Ohtani's dual-role ambition. Fast forward, and Ohtani undergoes Tommy John surgery, sidelining his pitching for a season. What did Ichiro see that everyone else missed? Why didn't anyone take his concerns seriously? Let's look at how one legend's advice could have changed another's career more than anyone expected. Shohei Ohtani's rise to MLB stardom is truly something special. As a two-way player, he's faced massive pressure, early injuries, and the tough task of adjusting to a new league. Then there's Ichiro Suzuki, the baseball legend who moved from Japanese baseball to MLB, snagging Rookie of the Year and MVP in his first season. Back in Ohtani's rookie year, the two met for dinner, and Ichiro gave Ohtani a simple piece of advice: be yourself. At first, Ohtani, who was always making tweaks and changes to his game, didn't fully buy into it, but over time, he started to understand the wisdom. Fast forward to his historic 2021 MVP season, where he crushed it, both as a pitcher and as a hitter. This amazing achievement showed that Ichiro was spot on. It highlights just how important it is to stay true to yourself, even when you're under a ton of scrutiny. So, what can we learn from this legendary advice? Is staying true to yourself the key to overcoming doubt and achieving greatness? But first, let's talk about the legend himself, Ichiro Suzuki. His career is nothing short of iconic, with dominance in Japanese baseball and historic feats in MLB. But did you know he also played a key role as a mentor to Shohei Ohtani? By 2021, Shohei Ohtani had an unforgettable MVP season, excelling both as a pitcher and a hitter. This amazing success proved that Ichiro's advice was spot on. It showed that being true to yourself can lead to incredible achievements. Ohtani didn't just play, he dominated the game in a way that few have ever seen, making history and becoming a true legend. The iconic piece of advice from Suzuki shaped the dynamic between these two baseball legends forever. But wait, Ichiro and Ohtani have always had this mentor-mentee relationship, right? Well, apparently not, as it seems there's been some tension simmering beneath the surface. It all started when Ichiro made some comments that everyone ignored but turned out to be spot on about Ohtani. Ichiro, being the legend he is, saw potential issues in Ohtani's approach to balancing pitching and hitting. He hinted that Ohtani might face long-term physical challenges if he kept up his dual-role performance without careful management. At first, everyone brushed off Ichiro's concerns, thinking he was just being overly cautious. But a couple of years later, Ohtani had to undergo Tommy John surgery, proving Ichiro's predictions right. This surgery forced Ohtani to sit out pitching duties for an entire season, which was a huge blow to his career momentum. There was also a bit of buzz about how Ohtani's playing style compared to Ichiro's. While Ichiro was known for his consistent, almost machine-like performance, Ohtani's high-risk, high-reward style sometimes led to spectacular failures. Ichiro reportedly advised Ohtani to focus more on consistency and durability, advice that Ohtani initially didn't fully embrace. The media made a big deal out of this, suggesting there might be a subtle rift or at least a difference in philosophy between the two stars. Even though they publicly show mutual respect, insiders say there were moments of quiet disagreement on how Ohtani should manage his career. This approach, however, seemed at odds with Ichiro Suzuki's simple yet profound advice to be yourself. Ohtani's first few years with the Los Angeles Angels were marked by struggles with injuries and inconsistent performance, further complicating his journey. Despite his natural inclination to change and adapt, Ohtani gradually began to see the value in Ichiro's words. As he faced the numerous challenges, he slowly realized that staying true to himself was the solution to unlocking his full potential. This acceptance of Ichiro's wisdom played a huge role in Ohtani's eventual breakthrough and historic success. As Ohtani started to embrace Ichiro's advice, he shifted his focus from constant adjustments to perfecting his skills. This shift in mindset allowed him to recover from his injuries more effectively and regain his confidence on the field. By the 2021 season, Ohtani had fully embraced his dual role as both a pitcher and a hitter, achieving feats that left fans and critics in awe. His amazing performance included hitting 46 home runs and pitching with a stellar ERA, feats that had not been seen since Babe Ruth. This season not only showcased his immense talent, but also underscored the importance of staying true to oneself, a lesson Ichiro had imparted years earlier. After years of making adjustments, pushing through injuries, and gradually embracing Ichiro Suzuki's simple yet powerful advice, Ohtani finally had his breakout year. In 2021, he blew everyone away with his incredible performance, both as a pitcher and a hitter. He hit 46 home runs, stole 26 bases, and maintained a 3.18 ERA with 156 strikeouts. Talk about versatility. Despite initially overlooking Ichiro's simple counsel to be yourself, Ohtani's eventual embrace of this wisdom proved pivotal to his success, validating Ichiro's timeless advice. Here's where things get interesting. Shohei Ohtani's recognition as AP Male Athlete of the Year was a crowning moment that vindicated Ichiro Suzuki's guidance. This incredible honor reflected Ohtani's historic achievements and highlighted the importance of Ichiro's advice to just be yourself. Ohtani's success today highlights the power of Ichiro's guidance and believing in yourself. It's incredible to see how a bit of advice from a legend like Ichiro can make such a huge difference.